Then you go start putting fillers out there in terms of who you can get.
Right.
Then you come back and fire his ass. But you don't fire him right there.
You got plenty of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that, and now they caught up. Just take this conversation a little further. Why people don't like Mark Jackson?
Great
What's the
question.
problem with Mark Jackson? Because he's a guy that created and orchestrated the Golden State guys before they end up moving him out of there. Then he became a commentator on ESPN. Then they phased that out because they had a lot of changes. But what's up him not getting the opportunity to coach again?
That's a really good question.
Now you trying to get me in trouble.
No, I'm
Personal stuff.
Now you know.
I heard some things, but I'm not sure.
All right.
I'm not sure whether they are valid or not. Is my point, Mac.
Well, I think it's a perception thing first.
Okay.
I think he can coach. I think he knows a lot about basketball. I think he's from what I can tell, is a decent guy. But just reading the tea leaves, reading the room, a lot of people feel like, I'm talking about owners and, front office people, what have you, that, he's a Christian first and a coach second.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's really interesting,
Now,
too.
y'all can take that for what it is.
But no, I mean.
I'm just telling you reading the tea leaves.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that him being devoted Christian affect his ability to coach?
I don't think so.
Okay. Or
But
impact his decision making as a coach?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people feel like it impacts his decision to be a head coach of an NBA team.
Right. One of the concerns is right in line with what you're saying is that because he's an ordained minister, that he tends to impose his religious views in a way that's created a lot of conflict in the organizations that he's been a part of.
So you can't come to work drunk no more?
Not without me checking you.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Not about you punishing me for being drunk? Man, look, as long as I drop these 20, why you care what I'm doing?
Again, his religious beliefs impact his decision making as a head coach. Is what I'm asking. In other words, you got one player who's a believer too, not as good as a guy who's not a believer. Do you favor this guy? That's a believer over a guy that's not a believer. I'm just
don't tee it up.
I don't know. I'm just asking. That can be a scenario right there.
That's one.
Okay.
That's one. Keep them going. And if you're the owner of an NFL team, Tom Thibodeau has a problem because he's giving them too much playing time.
Right.
Imagine a head coach like a Mark Jackson, who is, as Pam, just read, imposes some ideological religious beliefs in the locker room or in other places. Imagine the backlash that coach would get.
Yeah, because everybody don't sing from the same hymnal, literally, and I think that's something you have to consider when you hiring a head coach. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't mad at Mark Jackson. I mean, I support that, but as it relates to in the total landscape, it may impact their ability to his ability to make decisions based on
And a lot of it is coming out of the camp of the Golden State Warriors ownership and front office, saying that he was just very difficult to get along with.
Yeah, well, he was really on he was on 10 then.
Yeah, so
he was really on 10.
I can think of a couple of examples that escape me right now, but it was extreme.
Yeah, they were like, whoa, hey, guy, hey, chill out.
Hey, Tom, who's the guy that's on ESPN now? That used to be the GM for is it Murphy?
Ben. Is it Ben?
No,
Bob.
Used to be the GM for the
Bob Myers.
Yeah, Bob Myers. Yeah, Myers. Yeah, he's part of that when that was going down.
So he knew exactly.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think it was him who kind of moved him out. Yeah, moved Mark Jackson out.
He probably said, "Mark, come on, man.
Yeah,
bro, we can't. This ain't gonna work."
All right.
But that's a really interesting.
So now
that's a slippery slope either way. I think because you have a lot of guys, you have a lot of believers, and as we all are. And then somebody, you maybe like somebody that way. Whereas you have some people who have no belief at all. They use that against you. So
but it's more about being able to still get along with but not only your players, your assistants, but the owners.
Well, whatever. See, that's what. Now, I don't know what denomination or religion, whatever he's minister ordained in, but what happened to just meet people where they are?
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I was gonna go a different direction. I mean, he's a minister. He may fit right in.
But you got to be able to. They're saying he's just hard.
No.
He's hard to work with. I'm going to skip all of that.
I'm just.
It's hard to work with.
Maybe it's just me.
Pam, sometimes just be glad you don't know. just be glad you
I'm
don't.
just turning over here, looking at you.
Just be glad you don't even know what Reese be doing.
I know what he's doing.
No, you don't. No, you really don't. And it's good. It's good because, I ain't said. I mean, maybe Mark Jackson do like lemon pepper wings.
They're good.
I don't like them. I was just talking about that the other day. It's like, why? I do not like lemon pepper wings. No, I already took yours for today. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I said I don't like them.
Okay, I got it.
Hey, Lou said, hey, give me a 20 piece.
Lou Williams.
20 piece.
Oh, by the way, they have, on Stars or somewhere they have a. I gotta come about Marvin. They have a documentary on it.
Oh, yes, right, coming out.
Yeah, just coming out.
Yeah, I saw a glimpse. I saw.
I got
a trailer of that.
And we're talking about Magic City people. If you didn't put all that together, I know I went from, ordained minister to Magic City, but some kind of way we're in the same conversation.
Hey, look.
Woo, I want to see this.
They always in close proximity.
See,
I'm just saying.
See what I'm saying?
You gotta give people what they want.
Let me tell you.
See what I'm saying? That's not right.
It's right.
It's allegedly.
Listen to me, and I say this with all the love and endearment in my heart. Look. Show me a spot that ain't got a church down the street. within walking distance.
Capitol off Yonkers.
How you know?
If you go,
that's the what? No,
Pam.
Pam. It's right next door.
Right.
It's right next door. I just talked about it.
Oh
It's
my
right
God,
next
I didn't
door.
see the
I
church.
just said that.
That's the one you
off of
picked?
Yonkers Road. It's right next door. Pam.
That's not the one you picked.
That's the wrong one.
Church.
What? A church so huge over there.
It's
Pam.
I guess
Pam.
it is. Right
It's in the shopping center, right next door. A D, wherever it is over there. I don't know where it is.
I'm not messing with y'all. I'm not messing with y'all. Y'all are wrong.
But anyway, Mark they say he's hard to get along with. Let's just leave it like that.
Well, I mean that's possible. I mean that's probably hell. So is Tom Thibodeau. You see what happened to him?
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the rubs. I think when you look at Kidd out in Dallas, I don't think he wants to be back in that, and I don't think he wants to coach Brunson again. That's my personal opinion. That's just I told Reese that earlier. I don't think
That's
so.
a good example.
You know what I mean?
Chuck Hunt remind me of some things, homophobic things that was going on, transphobic. So Mars he stands on certain things, and he's not afraid to articulate those things. So.
Yeah. I mean,
and as head coach, that I'm not sure that's going to work. Not saying the people that you're over that you're coaching on a daily basis that way, but they may have opposing views on what you think. And if you're so vocal about it, I'm not sure how that relationship is going to work.
Right.
Yeah.
and and at this point, I just have a problem when you can't meet people where they are, right?
That's true.
And I think that's I personally don't think they're living their own personal journey if they do that.
Yeah.
It's my way or the highway type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to
That's
that.
an interesting topic.
I never
it
have.
really is. Yeah.
Nah, my way is my way.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can come over if you want to, but my way is my way. And then whatever you would like to choose, that's up to you. That's why I haven't been like. I don't cry no tears for Mark Jackson not getting the job.
Right.
I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I just leave it at that because you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's interesting. His name always comes up.
Because he's a good coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can coach
Yeah.
basketball.
He sure can. Yeah.
But I don't know about this other part of life.
Yeah. man, again, I ain't mad at him. No,
Right.
Do your thing, but something
Well,
doesn't
In a
transcend
professional sense, I have a problem. I have a problem with not meeting people where they are in a professional sense.
Okay. That's fair.
That just really just rubs me the wrong way.
You can't impose your
So let
views
me
on
express
somebody
something.
else.
I know it's against the topic. So in corporate America, if the CEO or the president was just so head binge on pushing this agenda from a religious perspective, you're saying that won't work in a corporate environment like that.
Privately held companies, it works all the time.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Publicly held
You're right.
with
Not so
boards
much.
and other things,
Not so much.
not as easily done. But that doesn't mean that your VP has to promote you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
You know
That's
I'm
what
saying?
holds you back.
Pam, before
Yeah.
we go, Chuck want to know, how does Pam know where the strip club is and not the church? He said he got some questions.
I got the same question.
I got the same question too, Pam. Where the church at? Damn, Pam's right next door.
If that church